For that was the prophecy. For the Lord loved this nation and will keep it steady in autopilot. Our God is a great God, is a mighty God, making provisions for us. But when the warning came about the actions of the people, the constitutional duties of the citizens of this land, that you choose your government and choose a government that is going to protect you and protect the wealth of this land and protect this land and the people in it from harm. Because if they did not, there will be a problem. But then nobody listened, and now we are in a problem for a government that is struggling to make things, to do some things and take some actions. But will that be all? It is important for us, for you, to understand that your actions matters. Your word matters. The amount of hatred that is going on in the world today is too much to bear. The war between the whites and the blacks that have been going on for so long, when does it end? When is the reconciliation going to happen? So that the peace of Christ will reign. Where is forgiveness? Where is humility? Where is consideration? The war between the aliens and the freeborns. The wars within the races, among the blacks and among the whites. The wars of birthright. When is the reconciliation going to happen? The God gave us an example in coming to suffer the humiliation, endure the wives and the stripes, and the nakedness, and the piercing of his body, the blood, the death, just that you may be reconciled with the Father. When is the reconciliation going to happen in this land? So that this land will be sanctified again. We read the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9. But there are some things to take away from it. For Paul was writing to the Corinthians in a season like this, a moment like this, in a time like this. In his first letter to them in chapter 9, when you read the first verse and 2, you will see. You can write this down whenever you want, whenever you listen to this message, to see what is God saying to us. As he spoke to the Corinthians, so he is speaking to us, the Americans. And whichever nation where you are when you listen to this message, wherever you come from, if your work of salvation have not been challenged, you are just getting started. You are just gathering the firewood. You have not lit the fire. Because when you lit the fire, darkness will disappear. From the fire, the light comes. Or maybe you have not produced anything from a harvest. It's not a harvest time. Once there is a harvest, there is an abundance, and envy will arise. Maybe you are just planting a tree. Nobody knew what you were doing. But the moment that it bears fruit, you will see the gathering. From the insides, insects, and from all the things and people that may want to eat of the fruit that came from what you have planted. Those industrialists and technologists, the product has not a tangible, is not noticed, and so also is in the faith. Paul was defending himself. Why he believed the way he believed, and why he wrote what he wrote. Why he fought the fight of faith, because the apostles were questioning you, but who are you? And since when did you speak for us? The people of the Corinthians were questioning his authority. Those like me too, that are being questioned, you must learn that it comes with the territory. You should not be discouraged by what people say or write about you. It doesn't matter what they believe if you know you are preaching the truth of the gospel. But they don't want to hear the truth. So you must know, if your work is good, if it is the truth and the gospel of Christ, you will have enemies. May the Lord console the wife of Charlie Kirk that was just killed. Even this message will be condemned by many, and I may be condemned as Charlie Kirk sympathizer. But what kind of man will not be disgusted that a 31-year-old was gunned down for what he believed?